What's up, y'all? Talon here. Today I'm back with another series of high-level ranked battles featuring top teams in the Regulation E metagame. Today I have a team that was created and piloted by UB Slow, one of the top Japanese players. He was actually my pick to win the the Pokemon World Championship overall. He ended up cutting the event, but ultimately I think fell short in either top 8 or top 16. Overall incredible finish despite that, but has been number 1 on the ranked ladder for the past, I think, 3 seasons. Just incredible consistency, and followed it up once again with another number 1 this season using this team that we're featuring on the channel today. UB Slow posted a screenshot of the team without the rental code, but I took the time to recreate the EV spreads just based off some guesswork based on the spreads and just the general team composition. So if you appreciate the resource to create those EV spreads and put them in the Poke Paste as well as the rental code, I have both of those in the description below, and if you appreciate that, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, with all that being said, let's get into a breakdown of the team. So immediately we're met with a pretty interesting Roaring Moon set. So Acrobatics, Terra Flying has generally been the standard set. Knock Off, an excellent new tool gained in the Teal Mask DLC, but instead of Tailwind or Dragon Dance, which we might expect to see, we actually see Breaking Swipe here with a booster energy. I wasn't actually sure if UB Slow was a booster speed or attack, but I went with a speed boosting one just because I think that combos very well with Breaking Swipe. And just having the speed boost is very, very nice against basically gives you the tools to late game knock out a Flutter Mane after some of the Intimidate has been suppressed, so I really do like that. And then the Breaking Swipe's just interesting. There's lots of physical threats in the metagame. Additionally, it lets you basically really hard check Goldengo. You're able to knock off, or Terra Dragon Goldengo, you're able to knock off if they don't Terra, and if they do Terra later on, they take a big chunk from knockoff anyways, and then Breaking Swipe is starting to do some pretty impressive damage once it's super effective. The Baxcalibur is pretty interesting, and it's Assault Vest set with Terra Fire, High Horsepower as the filler move with Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, and Glaive Rush as just generally strong stab coverages. I feel like we saw a lot of loaded dice earlier in the season with Icicle Spear and the new tool in Scale Shot, but Glaive Rush is just such a powerful move. You don't have that nasty debuff that you get from Scale Shot, the defense drop, so you're able to improve your longevity with this Baxcalibur, and with Assault Vest and the Snow setup, giving you a defense boost, it's just really tanky to take down, and I really do like this set, and I'm excited to give it a chance. Ninetales here is pretty standard. It's an Aurora Veil, very bulky to survive a Terra Fairy Flutter Mane. From most Flutter Mane, you won't live modest max, but that isn't too common these days. And then Aurora Veil, basically trying to get that up to increase the bulk of the team. Encore is really solid in case you play something with Fake Out on lead. If they don't know you have Encore, especially in a best of 1 format, you're able to go for that Encore, basically force a switch in the subsequent turns, and just generally if something tries to set up on Ninetales, you do have the option to punish them pretty severely for it. Icy Wind is up next. This is one indication the Roaring Moon could actually be an attack booster, but I think it probably just pairs really well with the Baxcalibur. I don't think I optimized the EV spreads for the Icy Wind speed tier, but I definitely think the Heatran, Baxcalibur, and the Roaring Moon are definitely the main ones you would want to take advantage of that. And Protect as the last, just to be able to protect in the face of Fake Out and then Encore at next turn. The Sinistcha is really cool as well. It's a Rocky Helmet set, so you're really tanking against physical attackers, along with having the capacity to burn them with Matcha Gotcha, lower their attack stat with Strength Sap. It's just all around going to be really excellent versus physical attackers. You're going to be very comfortable when those are on the field, and while those are on the field, you actually have the opportunity to go for Calm Mind, the Psychic type move instead of Trick Room, which is really cool. So if you have the physical type attackers on the field and they're not threatening you a lot, you can go for Calm Mind, basically increase your defenses against a Heatran. If they've already Terra'd to like Terra Fairy, you can do some decent damage with Matcha Gotcha. If you go for a Terra, you might be able to win that 1v1. And against Flutter Mane, after a couple Calm Minds, you should be tanking hits from that as well. So I think that's a really interesting set. Can catch people off guard. And of course, the Hospitality ability, very, very appreciated with all the bulk already on the team. So yeah, speaking of the Heatran, very bulky Pokemon. Dondozo, incredibly bulky. The Heatran's not super interesting outside of it being Terra Grass, kind of shifted back away from Fairy to Terra Grass here, which I think makes sense. You're not that weak to, well, I guess you might be a little weak to Ogerpon, but you do have Breaking Swipe to weaken that a bit, so you're not so stressed about that, as well as Aurora Veil, unless they crit with Ivy Cudgel, you're tanking hits decently from that. The moveset, standard stab moves and Earth Power, and then leftovers is the item, just for some increased longevity. With Hospitality, you can really be tanking for a long time with the Heatran. And then lastly is the Dondozo. It's a solo Dondozo, and in the past we might see Unaware on that to basically shrug off hits from opposing Dondozo strategies and then yawn it and give your teammates time to beat it. This one is Oblivious, so that can be really cool because Landorus or Arcanine can't just lead, switch out, and really weaken your damage output. You're still able to threaten knockouts with Wave Crash on both of those without being intimidated. You can still heavy slam Flutter Manes, and basically with the Citrus Berry plus the Tera Fire, you can really just surprise the Flutter main with a knockout on turn 1 based off that. And then last is the Yawn. That's a really cool tool to force switches out, which I think gives you opportunity for the Sinistcha to get Calm Minds up, as well as just pressure switches with Heat Wave on Heatran and just generally be a nuisance. I have seen on the rank of the Pokemon Showdown ladder, one strategy I've seen picking up a lot of steam is actually this Dondozo set with a different Tera type than the Heatran being a Magma Storm set. So basically similar to the strategy that Alex Gomez was able to take first place at the North American International Championships, where I believe he had Sand Tomb, Ting-Lu next to Yawn. And the strategy behind this is essentially, maybe it wasn't, I'm not sure, but I know Nails originated that strategy where you do the Sand Tomb, trap a Pokemon in plus Yawn, and basically they're just forced to just stay on the field. And yeah, I do think Heatran generally is stronger Pokemon than Ting-Lu in this metagame. Magma Storm hits a heck of a lot harder than Sand Tomb, so it wasn't on this team just because I think UB Slow definitely opted for the Heat Wave for a bit more consistency in the best of 1 environment, but don't be surprised if you see at a, in an open team sheet, or in an open team sheet, best of 3 event, you might be more likely to see Magma Storm on the Heatran if you see a Dondozo with a Yawn as well, so be prepared for that in your team building. Overall, I think this is a really cool team, and I'm excited to try it out. If you enjoy the team breakdown, the rental code, as well as the battles, please subscribe to the channel. With all that being said, let's get into the battles. They have Cresselia, Iron Hands, Urshifu, Rillaboom, Arcanine, and the the Blood Moon Ursaluna. Okay. So they can't immediately stop me from getting the... Oh, Sinistcha actually looks pretty strong here if I can get that in late game. I think I'm going to go for the Aurora Veil right off the bat. That seems pretty strong to me. I could see Yawn being cool here. Let's think. I think Baxcalibur is definitely pretty strong actually as a lead. And I kind of want to threaten their Arcanine right off the bat if I can. Sinistcha in the back. I'm going to lead Dondozo, actually getting right to that. And then my last, I guess, could be... Heatran would be interesting. Threatens a lot of their Pokemon. Bax could be cool too, though. So the Heatran is really good against the Rillaboom, the Arcanine, and not great against Iron Hands. It's good against Cresselia. And then the Baxcalibur is generally like a decent option against everything, truthfully. So I think I'll go with that just because I feel like it walls a lot of their Pokemon. Even if they go for, like, it has a surprising amount of bulk in the snow, especially if we get the Aurora Veil up. So counting on the Baxcalibur's bulk to carry me pretty hard here. And I do think I'm maybe going to try and preserve the Tera. The goal is probably to knock out the Rillaboom and then go for Tera Water on the Sinistcha. No, that does weaken me a considerable amount to the Iron Hand, so we'll play up it here, but it is Cresselia plus Ursaluna Blood Moon. Interesting. That feels like a pretty safe Yawn. Aurora Veil here. See, I'm going to go right for that. I'm going to go Aurora Veil. Don't even have to think twice about that. And I think I'm going to go for a Yawn. Get a Yawn lock going. If I can get the Yawn lock going, then... And when I say Yawn lock, I'm essentially meaning when I Yawn a Pokemon, they're forced to switch out after a little bit. They have to switch the next turn, but I guess I didn't consider the Cresselia Lunar Dance. That could be annoying. That does a good amount of damage, but I really was trying to make the... Sorry, dog was barking in the background there. So the issue now is they can Lunar Dance away my drop on them, which is annoying. I think I'm actually going to go Sinistcha here and Yawn the Cresselia. I think, yeah, I definitely misplayed the first turn. If I'd Yawn the Cresselia, well, I don't know. The issue is Lunar Dance will allow them to go for the... I could have Wave Crash though, that would have been nice. I do have the Hospitality, getting some HP back from that. Looks like they're going for Tera this turn. With Aurora Veil up, I'd expect to live an... Oh, okay, Tera goes that turn, interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Helping Hand, wow, okay. Gonna do a lot of damage here. It is the Blood Moon that might knock out the Dondozo. No, it doesn't, because Aurora Veil, and we're just very... Actually, I think we took 40 damage from the Cresselia earlier, so I think we might have actually saved ourselves with that, that hit. Or the Hospitality healing, just barely. But yeah, Cresselia, unfortunately, will have the opportunity to get a... Yeah, I'm gonna go for Calm Mind here, just because I feel like I kind of have to. I kind of want to go into the Baxcalibur here. Should I do that? I'm not sure. Maybe better to get some damage off into the Ursaluna. I wasn't really paying attention on the sleeps for the Ursaluna though. Yeah, I wish I had paid attention to the Cresselia speed. Let me look at my speed. I assume I underspeed there, Cresselia. Yeah, I definitely do. So what I'm gonna go for is actually switch to Baxcalibur here to prime myself a little better in the late game. But yeah, they are threatening a lot of damage with the Ursaluna lead, and I can play pretty passively against it and let them get the throat spray up without really having a super solid plan to stop them from going for a Lunar Dance. That was kind of like inexperience with the team. I definitely should have gone after the Cresselia. We are underspeeding the Crescent Trick Room, which is cool, I guess. We get the Calm Mind up. We're going to be healing a lot with Matcha Gotcha. But yeah, there is the Lunar Blessing. Cresselia should fall asleep if it's not Chesto or Lumberry, which is pretty uncommon though. Yeah, that's good damage. They do stay asleep. I'm going to go for Matcha Gotcha here, I think. Just heal as much as we can back up, and then I'm going to go right for a Glaive Rush, just because that might chip it into Ice Shard range, I'm not sure. But I might have to switch out my Baxcalibur in a turn, just because I'll be at their mercy a little bit. They aren't going to be able to get a Helping Hand off, so their damage output won't be that crazy here. It's going to do a lot, don't get me wrong, but there is the Hyper Voice. Yeah, it does actually pretty negligible damage in the grand scheme, but we do double miss our first Matcha Gotcha, which is actually pretty crazy. Just looking at the potential of that turn. To have it turn out that badly is pretty disappointing, but hey, it is what it is. One more turn of Trick Room left. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I kind of want to go for Protect, see what they lock into, and switch out into... there's an argument for Dondozo. Yeah, I think they're going to try and... Nah, I'm just going to Protect. And probably let them knock me out here on Dondozo with like a Blood Moon or something. They might also Blood Moon into my Sinistcha, which I'll be very happy with. But yeah, double missing there was quite bad. Would have done a lot to the Arcanine, would be at full HP. The Ursaluna would be in range of a Matcha Gotcha this turn, so yeah, just overall difficult. But they Blood Moon into the Sinistcha. And what are you going for on Arcanine? Could be Rock Slide. Flare Blitz, double, okay. That's totally fine by me. Yeah, I think I'm probably committed to a Tera. I could go for another Calm Mind. Do I think that's necessary? Not really. Yeah, I'm gonna go Tera Matcha Gotcha plus a... Should I Yawn again? Yeah, it's an interesting call. I think there's definitely an argument for Yawn into either slot. I think I'm going Tera Matcha Gotcha for sure. Wave Crash might be enough for the Ursaluna, but it just as likely might Protect here. So I'm actually going to go for a Yawn into the Arcanine slot and Tera Water. Because Ursaluna probably wants to refresh Blood Moon. They saw based off that damage, they're not really doing that much to my Sinistcha, and they'll definitely be out-damaged by Matcha Gotcha if I actually connect. But they actually don't switch the Arcanine, so it probably would have been better to Wave Crash, but it is what it is. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Alright, they were not Choice Band. Oh my goodness, are you for real? Okay, we missed 3 for 4 of our Matcha Gotchas, which is pretty frustrating. We do get one in the Ursaluna, which is good, means we can knock it out next turn. We see how much that healing was, though. We burn, which is valuable. That's very valuable for sure. Dondozo flinches, so we wouldn't have been able to go for that anyways, but yeah, that's pretty difficult for us, truthfully. I don't want to just switch out. I kind of want to double... I think Matcha Gotcha... Yeah, I'm going to go Matcha Gotcha plus Protect here. I think it's better for my Ninetales to get on the field on the last turn of Aurora Veil, just so I can set that up for myself. They go for another Rock Slide. Yeah, if we'd been hitting our Matcha Gotchas this game, we probably would just win if we don't flinch here. They do miss, and we go for a Matcha Gotcha, and we finally double connect, so get that 81% chance finally, and yeah, based on that damage, we would have easily knocked out the Arc by now, but it is what it is. We heal a little bit from the Ursa, and we're seeing the value out of this Calm Mind Sinistcha finally. Back up to full HP after taking out the Ursaluna. Not single-handedly, right? What else hit it? Baxcalibur hit it with like a Glaive Rush or something? Oh, yeah, okay. So that's annoying. Yeah, if I could have Yawned that Arcanine, that would have been so good for me. Alright, it's not the end of the world though, because what they don't know is that they're going to take a lot of damage from Woodhammer damage, so I'm just going to Wave Crash you. If I can knock out the Rillaboom, I'll actually close with Baxcalibur pretty easily. Yeah, there's the Rock Slide. Hopefully they miss, actually. That'd be pretty cool. Be justice for the Matcha Gotcha, but no dice, unfortunately. That's okay. We did get the Yawn and the Cresselia. That was pretty good value, even though we kind of misplayed a bit. There is the Woodhammer. I might actually switch out. I think I definitely will switch out my... I'm going into Baxcalibur before Ninetales, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch the Sinistcha out. They're probably not expecting that so much. Into the Ninetales for the defense boost. I'm going to Ice Skull Crash this Rillaboom. Should I do that? I could double Ice Shard. I'm not certain that knocks out is the issue. So I'm going to Ice Skull Crash into the Rillaboom. I guess I could have Glaive Rush Ice Sharded, but the problem is if they hit Rock Slide, they do a lot, and then I've lowered my defenses such that an Extreme Speed might knock me out. But yeah, oh my... Okay, we're faster than the Arcanine, which is cool. We dodge a Rock Slide on that, which is super valuable. But unfortunately, we don't knock out the Rillaboom just yet. Yeah, we've gotten very, very unlucky on our 90% accurate moves this match, but I could, like I said, I could have Glaive Rushed. It turns out it would have been pretty dangerous to do so, though. Yeah. That's pretty challenging, because otherwise I would just set up a Calm Mind and probably sweep from here, but now it gets a little dicey. Being faster than the Arcanine is pretty cool. Let me think. Have they Terra'd any Pokemon yet? They Terra Ghosted. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is kind of 92 speed, so very, very unlikely to outspeed their Rillaboom. I think I'm gonna go... Oh, I actually recovered on my Baxcalibur. That's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna go Ice Skull Crash. But yeah, they withdraw this turn, which is totally fine in a way, because the damage on the Cresselia is nice, and I can always just outspeed the Arcanine next turn and high horsepower that for a knockout. I could Glaive Rush to cover the switch, but I'm not sure I'll knock that out, truthfully. What would be really annoying is if they are Will-O-Wisp on the Arc. Okay, they aren't. But just trying to... What's fortunate about all this is, yeah, that does good damage, but not that much through the hail or the snow, and we're healing up from Grassy Glide. Cresselia has not taken a sleep turn yet. I am questioning going for... I'm gonna go Calm Mind, I think. Let me look at Grassy Terrain turns. I could Ice Skull Crash Matcha Gotcha the Arcanine, but I don't think that's wise. They've only seen Ice Skull Crash. I'm gonna go High Horsepower Calm Mind. I could Matcha Gotcha trying to cover the switch in, to the Rillaboom, but I don't think that's super high value. Well, maybe it is. If I get the burn, I'm in excellent shape. I don't gain that much from getting this Calm Mind up, so I think I'm actually going to go for that. If I knew the Glaive Rush roll, okay, yeah, they don't, so would have been a little bit better to get the Calm Mind up against the Cresselia, but it's pretty marginal against the Rillaboom, so. If I get a burn, that might actually give me a win against the Cresselia. Oh, that did way more than I expected on Cress. Matcha Gotcha is kind of a nutty move, actually. So I think I have the damage on Cress to win here, and to knock out my Sinistcha, they have to Wood Hammer it, I think. I don't think Grassy Glide would get me. So I think what I can do here is Strength Sap the Rillaboom, lower its defenses, and go for an Icicle Crash. Again, could Glaive Rush, but not going to matter here. That is the Cresselia's second turn of sleep, so it can wake up. But yeah, we're lowering the defenses of the Rillaboom. So I think with Grassy Terrain ending in a second, we should be able to close it out with Sinistcha against any options they have. Yep, Grass disappears. At -1 with no Grassy Terrain, I'd be pretty confident that my Sinistcha lives a hit, but no reason to risk it. I think I'm going to go Icicle Protect, Icicle Crash. And again, Glaive Rush is a little awkward on a... Okay, are you Ally Switch? Okay, no, Helping Hand. Ally Switch probably still loses if I don't miss, but yeah, this kind of a little bit speedier Baxcalibur can't go for Glaive Rushes freely, but it can go for Icicle Crash. Outspeeding the Arcanine was pretty huge. We see Icicle Crash, tons of damage into the Rillaboom, and now we have it locked with Ice Shard, Calm Mind. Despite a pretty precarious match in terms of misses. Yeah, I'm going to go Calm Mind, Ice Shard. Ally Switch, I believe, is only +1 at priority, but yeah, insane 90% accuracy that match, and we were able to close it out in spite of that. Just kind of a testament to the bulk and power of this team persevering. We did get a few lucky Rock Slide Flint misses in our favor, but I mean, they wouldn't have gotten the opportunity had we just been hitting our attacks, so I, you know, not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. Okay, up against Itachi featuring a Trick Room team. This is very sun-focused. It has an Urshifu, Torkoal, Indeedee, Armarouge, Lilligant, and the Hearthflame Ogerpon. So another battle like Ninetales when you're playing against a team that doesn't have sun, very good. When you're playing against sun, though, a little tricky. Yeah, very tricky. I think this is a matchup where Tera Grass Heatran outside of the Ogerpon shines pretty brightly. I like the Roaring Moon, that's also pretty strong to me. I could see if I preserve Tera, that being quite valuable. If I don't preserve it, I'm in big trouble. Dondozo Heatran would be interesting, actually. But I kind of want to threaten the Urshifu right off the bat. Does this do that, though? Not particularly well. Yeah. I could Encore their Follow Me lead, that'd be interesting. Difficult lead overall, I would say. Difficult choices. I think if I can preserve Tera on Sinistcha, it's decent, but not that good. I think I'm gonna go Dondozo, and I think Baxcalibur, just the Assault Vest against all the special pressure on their team could be valuable. But Sinistcha, yeah, all the fire types really means that I'd have to Tera the Sinistcha to get value out of it. And although building up Calm Minds to beat the Psychic Terrain stuff is cool, I'd have to stack a lot of those to actually get such good value out of it. Okay, it is Torkoal Lilligant though. Tera Grass Heatran, excellent tier though. I'm very, very comfortable going for double Protect, just to scout out any potential Teras from them. Well, is that entirely necessary? I don't think so. I guess they're worried about sub to some extent. No, definitely don't run. I kind of want to double Protect. but that does give them the option to just close combat me next turn, so I think I won't do that. I'm going to go for Protect, Heat Wave, Tera, Grass. That's really one matchup where Tera Grass Heatran is excellent in, whereas Tera Fairy you're forced to Tera against close combat, and after you Earth Power. Tera Grass covers everything but close combat into Heatran pretty well. Lilligant usually doesn't carry Protect, so I'm pretty confident I'll get a hit into that if I don't miss my Heat Wave. And we see the Torkoal go for the Tera Fire, which to me is a little more indicative of after you Eruption or just straight up Eruption than anything else. And I'm fine seeing that damage be put on the field. Yep, they go for Sleep Powder right into the Heatran Tera Grass, so they did get us on to some extent on the Roaring Moon, but we have a chance to burn that guy, which is fine. I think Roaring Moon is so good against the Sun mode, I'll definitely consider keeping it in the back, especially given I actually will reactivate my booster energy. So that's pretty nice. I guess it's going to be Heat Wave Close Combat then. If they switch out, I want to have that covered. Yeah, I think I'm fine holding Torkoal kind of hostage on the field. To an extent. Well, is that true? Not necessarily. I think Heat Wave could make sense, but I don't want to give them the Armarouge so easily. I mean, if Armarouge comes in, so what? It's not really doing that much, but more so I just don't want to miss my attack here. Out into the Dondozo, should take a Heat Wave pretty well in a close combat. Not horribly. Sleep Powder, you know, can't do anything about it if it does go for that, so no use worrying about it. Torkoal switches out though, so probably good thing I didn't Earth Power. We'll see, but hard to say for certain. It is the Armarouge, so there's the CC, but we do get out of that without giving up the boost. Notably, we have Tera'd, so we are no longer the Armarouge check that we normally would be, which is problematic for sure. Psychic Terrain, easy knockout, but yeah, I'm not so... Like, this isn't the end of the world by any means. Indeed, he comes in pretty late into the battle, so Psychic Terrain is definitely going to be around to stay. And we do have to worry about Dazzling Gleam to an extent. They've already Tera'd. Yeah, okay. I think I just go for Flash Cannon into the DD slot, and I don't want to switch into a Dazzling Gleam, truthfully. Like, Dondozo isn't that valuable for me. So I think I could Yawn. Yawn seems pretty good. Yeah, Yawn's interesting. Do I get more value out of a Heavy Slam into the Indeedee, potentially? Like, would a knockout be beneficial to me or detrimental? I think forcing a switch is actually better. Okay. They left themselves open to Earth Power, which they live anyways, so, you know, not the end of the world for them if they go for that play. But yeah, I kind of fell prey that turn. I could have switched out to the Roaring Moon pretty easily. They go for the Life Orb Psychic, and they set up the Trick Room. Okay. So Earth Power would have brought them at least in range of a couple of those, but now we're looking a little dicey overall. So what went from a pretty good early game went pretty bad pretty quickly when I could have like Earth Powered the Armarouge or something like that. So they have Trick Room up. We're getting our speed boost for no value. Dazzling Gleam's going to do a chunk to me, unfortunately. But we can start counting Trick Room turns. I feel like Heat Wave, Dazzling Gleam is their play, which might knock out my Moon, which is like super annoying. I feel like they played pretty aggressive that last turn. I think I kind of like Earth Power knockoff though. Hard to say. They go Expanding Force, so I whiffed that read, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm kind of expecting them to play a little differently and not quite catching it, but I should get a knockout. I don't think single target Dazzling Gleam knocks out Roaring Moon without Tera Fairy on Indeedee, so we did at least call that right. We should be getting the knock off, but it's still going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, we do live that, not handily by any means, but you know, we live it. Now we are a little worried about the Torkoal in the back for our Baxcalibur. Obviously would like way better than the Roaring Moon would be, or like the Sinistcha would be. Okay. If I had protected, I'd probably do just win the match right there though, so that's a little annoying. I think it was worth covering that they go for like Armor Cannon Dazzling Gleam though, so I can't feel too upset. One more turn of Sun. So I think Glaive Rush, Protect feels decent here. Is that okay? I think I'll live a Heat Wave without the Sun up, and Glaive Rush should knock out Indeedee, but I'm not certain about it. I could potentially Earth Power the Torkoal, but I'm not like that feels wrong too. They go for Heat Wave, so they're just not going for the Follow Me's. They could miss Heat Wave, notably. Oh, they do. That's unfortunate for them. Not over though, by any means, because I am opening myself up with the Glaive Rush if it doesn't knock out. Yeah, decent damage in the backs, but nothing crazy. I think I might have actually rather that hit because I knock out the Indeedee this turn, guaranteed, but I do end up knocking out anyways, so it works out. If I was AV, I do think I probably lived that hit, given it's not Eruption. I think I actually would have lived an Eruption too, but yeah. Now they're gonna threaten a ton of damage to me. Wait, what? How's that work? Did I make the wrong Roaring Moon here? Did I EV my Roaring Moon wrong? 190, no, I think I... Yeah, let me check the EVs on this after, but yeah, I think I might have EV'd that wrong. At this point, High Horsepower is doing 190, Glaive Rush is doing 180, so I think I'll take that accuracy trade-off for the knockoff. They go for Heat Wave, they do double connect. Without Sun, I don't think that's a knockout on Roaring Moon, but I've been wrong before. Oh, we do live on the back, so that's going to be a guaranteed win, I would say. Well, not guaranteed. If knockoff plus another knockoff didn't knock out, I probably might lose, but yeah. Close one against Itachi. I think we got a bit of luck on the Heat Wave. Given that was what? Was that going to knock out? Yeah, with the Sun up, they would have knocked me out. I think. Why'd that do so much? Oh, because of Glaive Rush. No, yeah, they wouldn't have knocked out. Their damage was doubled there compared to it just being like 1.5 times in the previous battle, or if they had hit the Heat Wave on the previous turn. So I think given the Roaring Moon lived, as long as I didn't get burned or crit, I do always win there. So good game to them. Definitely made some aggressive plays that caught me off guard, but ultimately the Heatran Tera Grass was a really good tool, caught them one turn and really neutered the ability for their Lilligant to just like sleep powder endlessly on my team. Okay, this one up against what looks like a variation on a 2-2-2 team. It's the Chien-Pao Dragonite combo, the probably Scarf Urshifu, Rillaboom, and then instead of the Farigiraf Heatran we've seen traditionally on this Heatran, or on the Rinyu version of this team, being the more common. It got second place at a regional with this, but yeah, this one is the Fluttermane Chi, which is why I say 2-2-2. Rillaboom, Scarf Urshifu, common combo, and then of course the other ones are just made in heaven together. I wish I was Speed Booster Roaring Moon at this point. For some reason made it Attack Booster even though I thought it was Speed, so whoopsie on that front. Sinistcha is interesting. I like Heatran mostly though. The problem is they can kind of spam Snarl against me with that. I could see Bax being good though. Like Terrifier Bax seems solid. Sinistcha back. Sinistcha, very good against Urshifu, plus the Rillaboom, and I think last should be... I don't think Roarmoon is very strong against Chien-Pao. Dozo's not great. I think I'm going to go Heatran. But yeah, I think this, even if they lead Flutter Chi-Yu, I can pretty safely go for a Tera Fire, and they'd have to like be very, very aggressive to beat that play. And then I can go for a Glaive Rush to knock out the Chi-Yu, or if I want to get even more aggressive than that, I can go for a... yeah, I think I'm probably just going to go for a Glaive Rush though. Well, does that make sense? Probably not. Speed Booster, sure, makes a ton of sense there. If they go Heat Wave, I can kind of wall them out. I think I always protect Ninetales here though. I think if they go Fairy Move, they do have a knockout into my backs even though I am AV. So I like Glaive Rush into this. It feels like a pretty safe knockout if they aren't Protect, and go for Protect of my own on the Ninetales. And my shiny helmet comes out first, so that is an indication they didn't go for a Tera, unless they're running like the slowest Chi-Yu ever. With Assault Vest on backs, I have a lot of HP. I don't think Shadow Ball Dark Pulse is a knockout, but I've been wrong before on some special calcs this session. There is an Icy Wind though, which is, yeah, going right for the Icy Wind Heat Wave play, I would suspect. If they do, they're gonna do like no damage to the backs and give me an attack boost, which is super good for me. There is the Heat Wave, and that is exciting because, yeah, that's a free knockout into the Chi-Yu. We get an Ice Shard the next turn. Feeling good about that. Okay. Unfortunately, because we didn't want to risk the accuracy there, we do now risk taking double damage the next turn if they bring in the Dragonite, because I can't go for Ice Shard readily. That's cool. Urshifu in the back kind of indicates... Surging Strikes would be an option here. I think I'm fine to either get Aurora Veil up or take a knockout with backs. I think. Maybe not. Yeah, a little dicey. I think I just really don't want them to read my switch and deny me Aurora Veil. So what I'm gonna do here is go for Aurora Veil and attack. Okay, so they're getting the best of both worlds here. Yeah, and I did actually outspeed the Urshifu, so I could have gone Icy Wind. Oh no, I guess they Icy Winded me last turn. That's super annoying though. Wow, alright. Extremely frustrating. Best of one stuff, but you know, that's how it goes. I could bait in the Urshifu Surging Strikes with a Heatran switch, and I don't think I should at this point. At this point, it looks quite bad. I can protect. I think Calm Mind may be strong enough. Surging Strike, so they move second. I think they're probably... I think I'm gonna go Icy Wind, Protect. Just to stall a turn while they probably Shadow Ball. Well, Icy Wind, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam. I guess that's possible. It could be one of those Terra Grass Flutters. But yeah, it could have gone up pretty big if I had just switched out to Sinistcha there. I guess they don't have reason to be worried about the Sinistcha. Rocky Helmet isn't that popular, but they do switch out on the Flutter main slot. That's interesting. Are they banded? It's kind of hard to tell based on the damage. Sinistcha Protect, super good with that. Okay. They go for the Moonblast into the Sinistcha, indicating there is no ability for them to... Okay, that's pretty good. That's a start at least. I can go for another one of the Icy Winds and switch in my Heatran, and probably late game their Urshifu. I get another Icy. We're in decent spot. Kind of like Encore into... could encore. No, I can't encore anything. Actually, I have to Icy Wind. I was thinking, yeah, what if I get big brained, I encore them into Moonblast as I switch in my Heatran, but that just doesn't work because I'm taunted anyways. But yeah, the taunt on the was super valuable. They do Icy Wind again, making it so that I can't Moonblast their Chien-Pao basically. They could make a read here. Sacred Sword my switch. Oh, Throat Chop's pretty bad, yeah. That means I can't ever like go for some cute sucker punt or like, yeah, cute reads on them, which is difficult. Okay. Yeah, now they probably, you know what? Sacred Sword. Throat Chop doesn't have Sacred Sword most of the time, so they have Icy Wind, Taunt. If they had Shadow Ball, they would have gone for it that turn, I think. I think if I go Flash Cannon, Icy Wind, I have an okay chance to win. No, I don't think that's true. Maybe, though. I feel like Protect is pretty safe on Heatran. They might double me up. They go for the Taunt, so we did catch that. After the Icy Winds, I don't think we'll outspeed Chien-Pao, but we should live the Throat Chop. Oh, we do outspeed the Chien-Pao. I didn't keep track of my speed threads, my speed tiers. Flash Cannon looks good into them. A Throat Chop doesn't knock out. It doesn't, so Flash Cannon's a for sure knockout into that, which is looking good. Chien-Pao is now in range of... yeah, it's in a range, but does it matter? I don't think so. Probably. They have to Surging Strikes my Heatran in my opinion, because otherwise I get a Flash Cannon off. They could Sucker Punch too, I guess. But I want to switch this in and I want to Throat Chop, Throat Chop, Throat Chop. Okay, what do I do about that? I can lower their attack by 1 stage. I don't think that's winning for me. I think I actually have to switch in here. I don't know. You're probably Throat Chop, Sucker Punch. I'm gonna predict them to go for Sucker Punch into the Heatran and Surging Strikes into the Ninetales. At this point, I probably just have to catch them with the Surging Strikes on a switch in. They could Throat Chop my Ninetales, just kind of acknowledging. Maybe I could have made a play with Hospitality, I'm not sure. But if they just target my Ninetales here, I probably lose. Yeah, Sucker Punch was into Heatran, we did catch that. And Surging Strikes is now going to deal a heaping helping of damage to them. Alright, but it does a lot to us too because of Surging, because of the... Oh wow, yeah, that's a 2 at KO, that's crazy. Okay. I think that's fine though. Because... Why is that okay? It's fine because we have enough Heatran HP to probably... We're close to living a Sucker Punch. We can now... Flash Cannon or Earth Power? I think Earth Power... Attacking with Sinistcha feels like a mistake actually. Right? Is it? Yeah, I think it is a mistake to attack with Sinistcha, so I think we go Protect. Because Sucker Punch just clears us out. Maybe it should have been Switch the Heatran out, I'm not totally certain. Yeah, they surged the Heatran, fair enough. Unfortunately, I never had an Icy Wind on that, so I couldn't... I needed 2 Icy Winds to outspeed it and hit the Chien-Pao with a Flash Cannon. But we do get the Protect off. I could have gone for Matcha Gotcha this turn because they went for Icicle Crash and not Sucker. So a bit of a misplay there from me. Surging Strike is going to get very close to a knockout, but probably won't get all the way there on this guy. So what I think what I'm actually going to do is Icy Wind, Strength Sap into the Chien-Pao. Feels moderately decent. Yeah, I think that's right. Because Surging Strike shouldn't knock out the... Yeah, I'm basically trying to chip it below 50%, so if it ever attacks me, then I can knock it out that way. Leftovers would be a little bit better. Was I not paying attention to speed tiers again? Probably. But I think that's fine, because we can get an Aurora Veil up. We get the Strength Sap off on the Chien-Pao. They aren't Sucker Punching, so we could be going for Matcha Gachas, but that'd kind of just be risking a burn. But we are outspeeding the Chien-Pao. It's been Icy Winded a bunch of times. We can Encore their Detect, though, which I think I will do. We should live that. We do pretty comfortably. Now I go Encore Strength Sap again. Just heal back up to full, lock their Urshifu down. They have to go for Aqua Jet, which won't knock me out. I think we might have found a way out of this one. Yeah, it's going to be close, but I think all the Icy Winds found us a way here because we can outspeed and get the Strength Sap, use Strength Sap, the most broken move ever, and outspeed it. And they're not doing a ton of damage to my Ninetales with Dark and Ice moves, especially with the Snow Up. If they ever protect, they get in pretty bad danger. Oh, they do have a Tera option. Okay, didn't remember that. Kind of playing a little unfocused with the Teras today. They go for water. I don't think with Aqua Jet that's a knockout on Sinistcha. I'm not certain. Ooh, but that's a... Okay, they protect the Chien-Pao, so if they don't knock me out with Aqua Jet, I should just win. Yeah, they made a mistake. If they had locked Aqua Jet there, then they will... No, because if they lock Aqua Jet, I think they do maybe win. But they might also just lose to Icy Wind as I Encore their Chien-Pao into Protect and just like win off that. But it would have been close. Now I just Encore Strength Sap the Urshifu. Well, I guess they failed to Protect, right? Yeah, we just Strength Sap the Chien-Pao, chip it down a little further, and then we probably just never attack if they lock in Sucker Punch here. Yeah, they detect on the Urshifu, so wouldn't have gotten a Strength Sap into that, but at that point you're just arguing if I'm reading the, oh, they did not go for Sucker Punch. That feels like a pretty bad mistake. Because 8 PP is probably enough to stall the battle out, but yeah, the Icy Wind speed drops ended up being pretty instrumental in somehow beating this after yeah, pretty questionable plays. Yeah, the Heatran I thought was going to be a lot better, but it ended up being kind of not great. One more Encore from you. I could hit you with an Icy Wind. I think I just go Aurora Veil. Matcha Gacha at this point. They're both locked into Protect. Yep. And they missed that one. If the Chien-Pao misses it and we hit our moves, we close it out. Like, I mean, we have a couple more opportunities to go for Encore. We actually never have to attack into the Chien-Pao and we should still win. Yeah, this is like kind of the trap that Ninetales can put you in, where you get into weird spots where you can stop the Aurora Veil up, but Icy Wind's pretty good support too. If you don't know the Encore is there, not being able to Protect is pretty limiting against some of the Pokemon on this team. So yeah, able to close out a pretty precarious endgame by catching the Urshifu on one switch and just like forcing defensive play subsequently. Alright, that should do it though, I think. Yep, one more turn of Encore, so we are free to go for Icy Wind. Plus the Matcha Gacha. They really should be canceling, yeah, because I'm never attacking on the turn or Sucker Punching. I'm always just going for Protect, among other things. yeah, Protect, Calm Mind, Strength Sap. They're never catching me attacking while they're Sucker Punching. I'm always going Yawn Core attack, so yeah. Really unwinnable situation for there. But yeah, the Encore was pretty impressive, even though I couldn't go for Aurora Veil because of the super unexpected Flutter Mane. The Ninetales still did end up clutching the battle. Like, if we're not outspeeding that Chen Power, we're not getting the Strength Sap, and we're losing the game right there. So really happy with that, the Ninetales performance in that battle. Alright, up against Joker, who's actually number 24 on the ladder. Really, really high. They have Urshifu, Dragonite, Arcanine, Iron Bundle, Amoonguss, and Farigiraf. Pretty unconventional team overall. I feel like I can get Hail Up reasonably consistently. I like Sinistcha a lot in the back. Freeze Dry is definitely a threat from them. Want to be conscious of it. Intimidate, super worrying. How fast is my Bax? 113. Yeah, wow, how was I speeding an Arcanine earlier in the game? That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like Bax Ninetales is reasonably solid here. If I can get Aurora Veil up by baiting with the Bax, that seems solid. They could be going Iron Bundle Urshifu though. Can I counter that especially well? Not really. Sinistcha in the back is a must. It handles Amoonguss. And if I get a Matcha Gotcha off onto the Iron Bundle, that's pretty valuable as well. And I think Heatran is decent here. I like the Heatran. If I have Grass preserved, I can go for a pretty strong Tera in their Urshifu. I guess if they're they do have an Iron Bundle on their team, so it very well could be the Dark type, in which case Heatran isn't that great. Yeah, maybe I should have covered Dark type Ursh a little better. I don't know how I do though. Yeah. Iron Bundle Arcanine comes out, so they could Icy Wind. Try and stop me that way. What can I switch in to cover them? I can high horsepower them. I think they're probably expecting me to like switch around. I think I go Protect. One concern I do have is them being Encore after I go for this Protect, but I think I am pretty happy to just go for the high horsepower. No Tera from them, so if they don't Rock Slide flinch me, I am pretty confident I can... Yeah, they go Icy Wind. Could be Icy Rock Slide, fishing for a flinch, otherwise I'd be in pretty solid shape here out of that turn. Icy Wind a good chunk of damage despite the AV. And I do go for Rock Slide. With the Hail Up, that's going to do a good chunk, because I didn't get Aurora Veil up. Oh man. They get a crit, and they get a flinch. Very exciting. Okay. That's super annoying. Yeah, because I had a knockout on Arcanine, and then I get Aurora Veil up. Such is life, though, I suppose. Do I want to preserve the backs and fish for a miss? Maybe. Seems like it could be good. Nah, I think I'm gonna go Aurora Veil and high horsepower. I should live that hit. Ah, that's super annoying. They dodge an Icy Wind on the Ninetales, which is, you know, valuable. And then we live this hit, so if we dodge a hit, we can go for high horsepower, but man, the crit and the flinch did so much damage. That's my game plan. Yeah, that's such an issue. They double hit, fortunately, and it 2-hit KOs my Ninetales, which is unfortunate for sure. I think I kind of have to go Sinistcha here. Go for a Calm Mind. Do I get any value out of Ninetales now? Maybe? I think I like Icy Wind, Matcha Gotcha here. Did they have a good switch into that? Not really. I could go for Calm Mind. They go Freeze Dry, which I think I like better than them going for Icy Wind, honestly. Yeah. Doesn't even 2-hit KO me. If I do this Matcha, I think I'm modest Matcha Gotcha, like max. If I hit the Matcha on the bundle, I think it's a knockout. But they could be bulky enough to live. It's really unpredictable. We do get the knockout. That opens up things for Heatran considerably. We heal a bunch from the bundle, and we'll heal a little bit from the Arcanine. Aurora Veil definitely going to pay its weight in gold, though. Rock Slide again, which is good for them. I have not burned the Tera, but Wicked Blow probably still knocks me out. Urshifu, okay. And it is the Dark type one. How tragic. Okay. That's super annoying, but maybe playable? Maybe playable. If we burn, there's a chance. They could Sucker Punch. They don't. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because I don't knock out with the Matcha Gotcha, and they should knock me out with Rock Slide, and then I can't go for my shenanigans. But now I might be able to live a Wicked Blow if they miss Rock Slide. After the Matcha Gotcha healing. But yeah, that crit was so bad. This continued Rock Slide damage is just like such a nuisance to deal with. We heal a good chunk. Rock Slide does miss something. It is the Ninetales. That's very valuable. Do I Tera? Last one has to be like Dragonite, Amoonguss, or Farigiraf, all of which... Oh, you lose to Encore now. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go Encore Tera. I guess they could be Tera Dark, which it looks like they're going for. Tera Dark, yeah. If they go for Wicked Blow, that won't work so well. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I probably needed to Strength Sap here to cover for the... Well, Aurora Veil should cover Sucker Punch, even if they are Tera Dark. No, I think I made the right play. Assuming they don't crit, that we should live this. Yeah, we live pretty handily, so if we hit the Matcha Gotcha, we should close it. That does lock them into Sucker Punch, though, which I guess is better than them having the ability to go for Wicked Blow by a considerable margin. And we do double hit the Matcha Gotcha. Chance to burn here. Yeah, this Encore Ninetales is kind of having a great series of games. Yep, we heal a ton. We feel like taking way too many hits with the Sinistcha. I mean, you can see if we had gotten a single Calm Mind up, we would have just like been cooking on the damage output. But yeah, now they're locked into Sucker Punch. We can go for Calm Mind if we want to. It's a Amoonguss last. They actually can't stop me from going for Matcha Gotcha. So I'm just going to go Icy Wind and Matcha Gotcha. I think, right? I could honestly Strength Sap if I wanted to, but I don't think that's correct. I think I just go Matcha Gotcha. I'm not totally sure, actually. Matcha Gotcha feels safe, but I think if I miss enough 90% accurate moves I could lose, and they crit. But I mean, that's just a lot that has to go right for them. It's not impossible, but yeah, they have to crit this Sucker Punch. They don't target the right one, they target the Ninetales, which surprisingly KOs. Would Aurora Veil up, I would have expected to live, but they surprised me there, and then Matcha Gotcha hits. I think that's a knockout on Ursh. Very nice, okay. So yeah, Encore Ninetales looking like it's going to be able to close it out. I think if we had anything in the back, we'd be able to beat this Amoonguss unless they're... I mean, there's not even Hidden Power Ground anymore that they could go for, so we should have this locked. Just go for Flash Cannon, hit our 100% accurate moves, and we should have closed it out. Yeah, able to take a win against number 24 on ladder with the previous number 1 team definitely showing the value of especially Ninetales in Best of 1. Like, if you don't know the set, it can be so annoying. You have to cover for Blizzard, Encore, Aurora Veil, Icy Wind, Moonblast, and it's just like pretty overwhelming. I mean, I'm just gonna go Heat Wave, it's faster, right? No way we miss. Yeah, they do cancel. Writing's on the wall. If you have only Pollen Puffy as your attacking move, as most do, then yeah, you're not finding a way out of that. So, alright, up against number 27 on ladder, they have Tornadus, Urshifu, Rillaboom, Heatran, Fluttermane, and Farigiraf. As we have shown, I don't feel like I'm that good against the Trick Room team or the Tailwind teams, but we'll try our best here. Tornadus in particular is an issue. I think I'm more or less forced to leave Baxcalibur to cover that. I feel like Flutter is reasonably likely from them. I kind of want to force a Tailwind. What can I do? Could go Baxcalibur plus Dondozo. That sounds compelling to some extent. I think I like Sinistcha. Do I like Sinistcha? I think Heatran may be better for me here, actually. Ooh, Tera Grass. If I can deal with that Dondozo, Tera Grass Heatran seems strong. Then last is going to be what? I feel like it's got to be Sinistcha, otherwise I'm just way too weak to the Urshifu, but it could have been the Salamence, the Roaring Moon in the back just to cover them. Don't mind me if I'm looking at the other screen. Wait, I was supposed to actually be battling for a tournament, but they have not shown up yet, so I'm actually finishing out the recording. Thought I was going to have to cut it early, but not the case. Okay, it is Tornadus Heatran versus, I think, Dondozo Baxcalibur. That's super fine by me. Like, I really like Icicle Crash, Wave Crash here, Double Crash. They do have switch-ins, like Torn can switch into Urshifu. They can Tera out of the weakness to the water type on the Heatran if they want to. If it's Fairy, I think I'm a little happier with that. Then Grass, just because I want to get this hit off early. Fairy would be ideal because I can get the hit off. Well, I don't know. Both have their merits. I can Ice Shard them for big damage that I would lack on the Wave Crash this turn if they go, but they're definitely taking their time. Didn't get the 27th on the ladder for nothing, clearly. They're going for Sunny Day, which is, yeah, that makes sense. So I think Icicle Crash, good chance to knock out Torn here, but not certain. Yeah, we do, so we're denying them Tailwind, which Sinistcha in the back plus Heatran could matter against their Heatran. They go for Heat Wave. They're giving me the boost, though, which I'm totally fine with, and they actually can't burn my Baxcalibur. And with the Assault Vest doing pretty minimal damage, yeah, that's a ton of damage on the Wave Crash, too. So if we can knock out this Heatran, then the Sinistcha in the back looks very tidy for us. Fluttermane makes sense. Photosynthesis is activating special attack, that's annoying. They could Shadow Ball me. Dazzling Gleam, Earth Power. I think I like... Could Ice Shard the Flutter for guaranteed damage, and I think I will do that instead of going for a kind of risky Tera. Do I like that? They go for Dazzling Gleam, Earth Power. No, I think what I'm gonna go is Tera Fire plus Heavy Slam here. I could Icicle Crash reading a Tera from their Heatran. And it does look like they're going for that. No, Tera Fairy on the Flutter, makes sense. You would probably... I'm a very defensive Dondozo, so I think there's a chance I live the Dazzling Gleam and heal up with Citrus Berry, but it's going to be close. We'll, yeah, if they double me with Earth Power, definitely a ton of damage coming out, but I should knock out the Heatran with high horsepower, and I do outspeed that. So I'm actually... Yeah, the fast Baxcalibur is really strong here, because outspeeding Heatran means I get the higher horsepower out unless they go for Power Gem here. And unless they're Shuka, I think high horsepower would still knock out if they're Shuka. They do knock out the Baxcalibur, or the Dondozo though, so definitely kind of spooky there. We hit the high horsepower and they weren't Shuka, so that's really good. Ice Shard up +1 isn't a knockout on the Fluttermane, but it's pretty darn close. Let's think it over though. I have Terad, but we have Sun Up. I think I like Sinistcha a little more than anything else here. Urshifu last. Dazzling Gleam's gonna do a chunk for sure. Oh, Dark type Urshifu. That's pretty bad. Not the worst though. because of hospitality. That's actually pretty good. I mean, if I can survive the turn, then I would always go for Ice Shard anyways here. Because I can just Ice Shard the next. That's not necessarily true because of Sucker Punch. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Ice Shard plus Matcha here. And yeah, we move first, so they didn't lock into Sucker Punch. We're 2 KOing that. They go for Dazzling Gleam. I don't think that's a knockout on Sinistcha, but oh, wow, okay. Yeah, really effective Sunny Day from them. That's horrible for me. And they go for the Wicked Blow. They have... Well, I guess it depends on if they're Choice Band or Focus Sash. If they're banded, they win. If not... Yeah, the damage on the Sunny Day was definitely not something I anticipated in my game plan, and that's really punishing me here. Life Orb would actually be better for me here than Leftovers, but I think regardless I just go for Heat Wave and hope I connect. If they're close combat, I lose anyways. If not, then yikes, okay. It's a ton of damage, so like Wicked Blow might even not... Yeah, they're close combat, they're Sash. Oh my goodness, okay. The damage output on that Tera Fairy Fluttermane was incredible though. It definitely like shows... Like even though I did have the Tera Fire on the board, like this team is quite weak to Tera Fairy. Like you can see a lot of the Tera types are just to resist Fairy, and even with that they had a good Urshifu in the back to cover for it, so we'll play to them. I wonder how I should have played out of that. Maybe turn 1 instead of going after the Torn, I go after the Heatran, force a switch in into the Fluttermane, and then maybe I can Ice School Crash that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think the high horsepower turn was probably a mistake because it gave them the free switch into Urshifu. Whereas maybe it should have been a Ice School Crash into the Fluttermane that turn and get in my Heatran, because I'm probably faster than them. I am a pretty speedy Heatran, so I think I probably should have leaned harder on my Heatran. That's going to do it for our battles today, featuring UB Slow's #1 on the October ladder team. Really incredible stuff. I really do like the AV Baxcalibur plus Aurora Veil combo, as well as the Calm Mind Sinistcha. Really potent combination of Pokemon, really difficult to take down. I wasn't in love with the Dondozo or the Heatran sets. I think I might have just not been using them correctly in the right matchups, but overall, yeah, those Pokemon really impressed me. The Sinistcha in particular carried a lot of games after like one Icy Wind. You were just healing way too much for your opponent to deal with, so yeah. If you enjoy the videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to use the team yourself, the rental code in the top right, as well as the Pokepaste with the EVs in the description below. Check out UB Slow's Twitter there as well. With all that being said, peace y'all.